When Jason first opened his eyes, he thought he was dead. It was only a few seconds later he wished it were true. "Good morning, Jason," said a deep voice through speakers. The room was insanely bright. His eyes flickered a few times before regaining full focus, and that was when he realized he was strapped to a chair made of extremely sharp nails. The realization that he was actually completely naked suddenly took on a whole different meaning. "Jason, don't scream," said the voice. The reason why the room was so bright was probably due to all the mirrors. All four walls were covered, including wherever the door was. The next thing Jason noticed was the two buttons on his chair. The button on his left was orange and said Ember. The button on his right was black and said Rem. "What do you press, Jason?" asked the deep voice. Jason didn't respond. Each button was attached to two separate tanks via plastic tubes, which in turn was then attached to Jason's arms. "What do you press?" the voice asked. Again. He looked around in a sweaty panic. "Think hard, Jason. Let the pain fuel your neurons and give you the incentive to what?" Jason finally screamed. "Who are you? Do you not remember, Jason?" What? Don't you remember anything?" It took a few seconds, but Jason quickly started realizing that he couldn't remember anything but his own name. I want you to think really hard now, Jason. Come on, I know you can do it." Jason closed his eyes and strained his face, almost as if to force the memories out of him. But he remembered nothing. Even imminent death couldn't force it apparently. "Come on, Jason. You don't have long left. Search your brain. What do you press to escape? Black button, or orange? Ember, or M?" He couldn't understand what was happening. He couldn't understand why he was there or why they were doing this to him. And anything could be in those tanks. What if he pressed the wrong button? What exactly would be pumped into his body? What kind of fate would he suffer? "Jason, you have just 10 seconds to make your decision. Please. Just remember." A digital timer suddenly appeared on the mirrored wall in front of him, perfectly counting down from 10. Jason began squirming upon his chair of nails, wincing and screaming in pain as the panic took full control. 4. Jason. 3. Please. 2. Remember. 1. Jason screamed and froze as the clock hit 0 and the room next door now became fully visible through the two-way mirror. The board of directors who stood on the opposite side glared through at Jason, with nothing but disappointment. "All right," huffed the voice. "Administer the next variant, Jason. I need you to remember to press both buttons at the same time, okay? You must remember these after you wake up and this will all be over. Greater than we will find a cure for Alzheimer's, one way or another. Less than